And you will see some more up in your face like black aviators, man. It's about that time for that cool weather, man. It's about to be April. What you know about that, son? Tyranitar, I ain't talking to you, baby. You bringing out sandstorms and shit. I'm talking about sunny weather. Where my boy Ninetales at? But anyway, my opponent's gonna start up with Keldeo, make the clean cut KO. I couldn't even switch the hell out. I had the Shed Shell, man. I would have wanted to switch out into my Latios, and then afterwards double switch out into my Tyranitar to get my Stuff Rocks going. But nah, son, none of that even like happened at all. Because I had the Shed Shell, so it was crazy, man. So in comes this Politoed just to kill my mood a little bit more with the Drizzle, especially. Nobody likes rain at all. So I'm just gonna bring in my Latios and then afterwards switch back into my Rotom. He brings in Pharaoh's Thorn, which is great. I was about to say Pharaoh's Seed. I played a little cup recently, but I was about to switch out actually, and then afterwards I switch back in. He switches into his Dragonite, and the fact that he switched in his Dragonite into a Will-O-Wisp and didn't switch right out kind of tells me in a sense that he's special oriented. So I went into Magnezone just to take a Draco and or a Hurricane since he's running rain, so that's great. I'm just gonna go and use Magnet Rise just for the off chance that he might bring in his Garchomp, and afterwards I do have the hidden power Fire, so that's the only thing I could really hit it with the Magnezone. But I do want him to bait his Garchomp in, and afterwards I'll probably do like another double switch or something like that, because it doesn't make sense for him to waste his Garchomp trying to outrage something he won't kill in one hit just to risk to see if I have hidden power Ice, and you know, that doesn't really make sense. So I was gonna go for the double switch, but none of that even happened. He switches in his Rotom onto it, and afterwards I'm just forced to kind of switch out into my Latios, but then he kind of shows me that he has Signal Beam, so that's kind of a little bit of a surprise factor there. I was not expecting that at all. So I smack myself in confusion as he brings in his Ferrothorn, and I'm just gonna go for the substitute, and just based on how this Ferrothorn is, just because he broke my substitute with the Power Whip, I'm gonna have to deduct that he's Choice Bandit. And that's crazy. I thought I could like set up a little bit more, maybe, you know, probably PowerPoint stall his Gyro Balls, because I am a little bit more of a bulk. He brings in Garchomp, which kind of tells me that he's Scarfed, because why the hell would you bring in a Garchomp on a Lottie, you know, in general, unless you knew that you were Scarfed. So he's gonna lock himself into Outrage, intended for my Latios to take it out, but I'm just gonna go for the Hidden Power Fire. I'm in the rain, and Garchomp resisted, so it's not gonna do anything at all. So I'm just gonna switch out into my boy Nestle, man. Nestle, quick, son, real quick, yo. The Garchomp's gonna smack himself in confusion. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And then he switches right out into Rotom, only to get burned as well. I guess he didn't want to risk smacking himself again. I am the king of hacks. What do you know about that Power Fusion, man? So anyway, I know that he was gonna go for like something, like maybe a Hydro Pump or something like that. And then I'm just gonna Pain Split back off the damage, and then switch right out into this thing to rather as Death Fodder in this case, because I want to safely switch in. What do I want to safely switch in? My Garchomp. I think that's what it was. I want to safely switch that in. I'm not exactly sure if he's like bluffing the item. You know, he could probably just do Thunder and then Hidden Power Ice to switch into Garchomp. I don't want none of that happening. So anyway, in comes the Keldeo. I'm like, well, I know I'm Scarfed, but then Earthquake won't like finish Keldeo off. Not hell, even the Outrage won't finish it off. But see, this is what happens when you give a clown an inch and he takes a yard. Keldeo's gonna try to follow with the Hydro Pump. Son, my name is Builder. I know I'm a washed up chocolate factoring company, but at least I ain't gotta go on all fours to get attention, faggot. See what I'm talking about, son? You had your own movie too. How you gonna get smashed twice in your own movie? You on the cover talking about I want to fight Kiram. You not taking me out. I don't care what secret sword you get. This shit is so gay, son. First you on all fours and you want to show me your secret sword? I don't want to see your secret sword, son. Oh my god, that's why, no wonder this shit says you're genderless, man. You try to be a transgender. I don't know if I'm male or female. I'm confused. Shut up, stupid ass bitch. Yo, Keldeo finishes off my Rotom, and then afterwards I bring in my Garchomp, Choice Scarf, locked into Earthquake. In comes the Ferrothorn. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake again, and then afterwards he goes for the Power Whip and gets that rough skin damage. That's what I'm talking about, son. That will come in handy a lot later on. So I'm just gonna switch out into this thing. He goes for the Power Whip, and he misses. Son, how you miss, man? You like Bert. You angry. You got Ernie and everybody else laughing at you from the counts there, talking about 1 Power Whip miss, 2 Power Whip miss. Anyway, I know I don't see my boy Politoed trying to put the freeze on my Latias, son. Look at my Latias' nickname, son. It's hot chocolate. Keyword is hot. I don't want this shit cold. Try to ice beam me to death. Are you kidding me? I know after like +3 Calm Eyes, I think my substitutes can live the ice beams, so I'm just gonna go do just that. But then again, it just crossed my mind. Maybe I can catch the Garchomp Garchomp. If he predicts me to go for the roost and then afterwards switches onto Garchomp, making my whole process with the Calm Minds useless since he's just Scarf and he can outspeed me and kill me off the outrage like he just did just now, I figure I could just go for the Dragon Pulse on the switch onto Garchomp. I guess he didn't want to chance it. I go into my own Garchomp after my Latias bites the dust, and if the mechanics of how the speed ties work were anything of the same in 5th gen as they were in 4th gen, it would entail me winning the speed tie in this case scenario, which I do eventually, like I just said, just did. And anyway, I'm just gonna be locked on to Outrage still as he brings in his Ferrothorn, and as you guys know, a Ferrothorn and a Dragonite with no stat boost have nothing on a Taraka monstrosity. What you doing?